This video is going to be on a backup offer when you are representing the seller, aka it is your listing. So I'm first going to start in web forms. I will go over the offer and I will explain the scenario. So at this point, I've already logged on to Matrix. I have then went to web forms. I created a new test kit, and I am going to have the agreement of purchase and sale. So for this video, I am not going to fill everything out. I am just going to explain how you can take a backup offer and how it can be beneficial to your seller client. So first of all, a backup offer would be if your listing has received a conditional offer. Okay, so let's just say condition on finance or condition on home inspection. I'm going to give you an example of when this happened to us. We had a townhouse listed at $240,000. The conditional offer came in at $285,000, and the cash offer came in at $270,000. So there was a $15,000 difference. Okay, so when this happened, naturally our seller gravitated towards the higher offer. $15,000 is a lot of money. So it was conditional on finance and status certificate. Let's just say finance. It was conditional on finance. The offer for $270,000 was a clean, firm offer. Okay, so what we did is we accepted both offers. Okay, so we accepted the conditional offer as the primary offer. So when you're representing your seller, I'm going to go to page 5 here. When you're representing your seller or your buyer, it doesn't really matter on this part, but whoever accepts the offer signs the confirmation of acceptance. Okay, so with the conditional offer at $285,000, we got them to accept the offer. Okay? So what we did with the backup offer was we countered them. Okay, so I'm not going to get into countering on this video, but I will say they had their conditions. They had the value transfer will be over wire or transfer, whatever. They just had they agree to pay the house on closing, broom swept condition, the normal conditions for a firm offer. What we did is we added this clause and sent it back as a counter offer. Okay? Now, this might not be the exact wording you choose. I'm just doing this off the fly, but you will get the point. Sorry, I'm just thinking as I'm doing this. So this is the first one. Buyer acknowledges that the seller has accepted a conditional offer on the property. This offer shall be known Can't spell conditional today. Okay, so the buyer acknowledges the seller has accepted a conditional offer on the property. This offer shall be known as the backup offer. If the original offer falls through, a little bit of punctuation, this offer will become firm and binding. This offer is conditional until 11 p.m. August 7th. Okay, so that's that. You literally throw this clause in, okay? Now, with the example I gave you, worst case scenario, our seller sold the property for $30,000 over. Best case scenario, they sold it for $45,000 over. Either way, when we left signing the offers, it was a sold property. We just didn't know if it was going to sell for $270 or $285. So if you have a conditional offer, now let's just go with another example as well and say that there wasn't multiple offers. Okay, let's just say that on Friday you accepted a conditional offer, and on Sunday or on Wednesday, it doesn't matter, on another day you got a backup offer. You can still do the exact same thing. And what that does is it puts pressure on the person who put in the conditional offer, because sometimes when it's not so hot a market, you're going to see some buyers they're looking for extensions. They're going to say, oh, well, you know what, financing didn't happen yet, so can I get another 7-day extension? Or whatever the case is, they just ask for an extension. And if you have a backup offer, then ultimately you don't have to give it to them, and you say, listen, we've already accepted a backup offer, so if you don't want to get your ducks in a row, I'll move on to the next person, because my goal is to sell the house. My goal isn't to wait around for a buyer. On another note, you don't even have to tell the buyer or the buyer's agent that you have accepted a backup offer. Let's just say, let's go the opposite way and say that we accepted an offer of $270,000 conditional, and somebody came in at $285,000 firm. In the back of your mind, you're going to want the other offer to fall apart because you want your sellers to get as much money as possible. Now, I'm not saying sabotage them, because you don't want to do that. They accepted the original offer, so if the original offer firms up, then it's a done deal. But if you have the backup offer, and let's just say that on the 11th hour, the buyer with the original offer says we need an extension on financing, you simply say, sorry about your luck, we don't want to give you an extension. You now have until midnight or 6 p.m. or whatever it is to get your financing in order, and if not, we are going to move on. So I hope that this explains everything. I hope that this helps, because ultimately, again, if you can get a backup offer, you look like a hero to your client, and you really look like you're working extra hard, because you are.